Hello, I'm Tony Bowen, and welcome to part 5 of my Grinnell, Iowa depot build. Well, the structure part of my depot is pretty much taken care of, but it was definitely time that I start focusing on the roof, both for the depot and be kicking around some ideas for how I want to handle the turret. For the main section of the depot, it's pretty much just a square. I used kind of my cardboard mock-up that I had, took the measurements from that, basically transferred them right on to the styrene so that I could make the 4 panels that would make up the main structure of the depot roof. Now, I knew that obviously one of those corners would be cut away because obviously the turret takes up one of the 90-degree corners of the roof. Now, taking the roof from the flat shape that it was to giving it the 3-dimensional shape was not an easy task. I used a lot of clear Scotch tape to kind of hold it together and then did some test fitting on the depot just to make sure it would fit just right. Once I was satisfied with how the roof was fitting, I basically took the roof back to my workbench, labeled the inside so I knew exactly what panel was what side of the depot, and then used my kind of mock-up cardboard pieces again to trace out where the turret would go in one of the corners. Now, I did kind of sell myself a little short that I wanted the turret area to be a little bit smaller when I first started working with it, because I thought I can always go back and start carving and shaving out a little more or widen it out for the turret, but it's a whole lot harder when you cut the opening too big and then you're trying to make it smaller. So that was a good decision on my part. What I found is actually the opening that I made for the turret fit very well. It was a little bit at the edge of the roof line that I actually needed to trim a little bit off of so it would fit nice and snug in there. So having the rough fit, it was now time that I felt comfortable enough that I could go and start gluing the roof. So I started gluing from the inside and putting some bracing in, and then put a couple paint bottles overnight to kind of hold it to keep it shape. I did run into a little bit of a problem that some of the glue attacked the Scotch tape on the outside and kind of dissolved it. So with a couple little sanding sticks, it was real easy to kind of shave, or I should say sand that off to give it a nice flat surface. Now, I'm not quite ready for the turret to be part of the main part of the depot yet I needed to have a pretty accurate measurement. So I put some bracing inside the depot to keep the south and east wall from kind of bowing out every time I put the turret in. And so that helps so that every time I put the turret in its place, along with the roof, I got a very accurate measurement each time. The roof pieces seem to fit together really snug, which is great. And so I put a little bit of white modeler's putty right down the seams to make sure they were seamless, and then scraped off probably about 90% of it, and then sanded it after it dried a full 24 hours. Obviously, the whole roof will be covered with RS laser shingles by the time I'm all done. After the final sanding of the roof, then I located a hole that I would cut through the styrene that would locate where the chimney would be. It would be a whole lot easier to already have that made before I shingle it, and then I could just pop the chimney right through the shingles. As far as work on the turret this month, that just didn't happen. I'm still kicking around some ideas on how to build and design the roof for that. I may even talk to a friend about 3D printing it for me. So tune in for hopefully another video that will cover that progress in the months to come. So thank you again for watching. Happy railroading to everyone, and take care. Bye-bye for now.